All pleasant good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to our many followers of LNTV Liberia Live at LBC 99.9 FM. Okay, so I am a Siam Corner and I'm broadcasting to you live on the ground of the executive mansion where today His Excellency President Joseph Mambwaka.
No, but then you see then in. Hello?
So welcome back again to LNTV Liberia Live. I'm broadcasting to you live at the executive mansion where the Government of Liberia and World Bank signed for US $9 million agreement to construct 100 new elementary schools across the country beginning this year, 2025. Also, the initiative is part of our global education reform agenda. The project is part of the project also aims to expand digital learning infrastructure and improve the quality of education system in Liberia. So I can see from Godfrey Behaga Fund, Liberian Finance Minister is predecessor. Education Minister Honorable Jason Marijala, she's present, others members of the cabinet and here president. As you can see, His Excellency President Joseph Mambwaka just arrived in the hall. So if you are just joining, I would like to say welcome. This is LNTV Liberia Live and we are broadcasting to you live on the ground of the executive mansion where today the government of Liberia
Deputy Minister of Finance, the Honorable Deputy Joe, for opening remarks. Mr. President, Honorable Augustine Pega, Minister of Finance, Honorable Jackson Jala, Minister of Education, Honorable Mama Kability, Acting Minister of State, Ms. Georgia Wallace, Country Manager of World Bank, and her team, members of the press. We want to say this is a special occasion as we mark the independence celebration of our country. And it's very much important for us to assemble here because President Barker's dream is to ensure we prepare next generation. And such decision cannot be made without investing in education. On this note, Mr. President, we want to say thank you for the opportunity given to us to prepare for the future of this country. And I want to say thank you and also thank the World Bank for the great initiative to have made a major decision to contribute more than $88 million to education. And this time I want to say welcome to the signing ceremony. This is an opportunity to let the public know what the president is doing and what the vision is set for Liberia and for the generation to come. I want to say welcome to the press, to the cabinet members who are present, and at this time, we're going to proceed with our signing ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Minister. At this time, we will now have the overview of this gathering that will be done by the Honorable Jasu Jala, the Minister of Education. Madam Minister.
Thank you. His Excellency, President Joseph Yumo Boakai, Honorable Haja Mama Kability, Acting Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Augustine Behin Gakwa, Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Ms. Georgia Wallen, World Bank Country Director, representatives of the World Bank and GPE, officials of government here present, distinguished development partners, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. It's with humility and gratitude that I sit here today on behalf of the Ministry of Education, the teachers and students of Liberia, to participate in this ceremonial signing of the Excel Project Agreement. This $89.6 million US dollars project holds a great promise for the future of learning in our country, which we believe will truly transform foundational learning in Liberia. Let me begin by expressing our sincere gratitude to the Global Partnership for Education and the World Bank for placing their trust and confidence in Liberia yet again. This new round of funding demonstrates your continued belief in our shared vision for transforming the education sector, especially at the most critical stage, foundational learning. The Excel project represents the largest single support to the education sector from development partners in Liberia's history. This level of support sends a clear message that foundational learning is no longer negotiable. It is essential, urgent, and achievable. As we all are aware, learning outcomes at the foundational levels in Liberia remain low. Despite past and ongoing interventions by government and partners, far too many children are still unable to read, write, or do basic math at the right age. This is a reality that requires urgent, focused, and sustained response. The Excel project provides us with the tools, the resources, and the platform to change this narrative. The Excel project, which stands for Excellence in Learning in Liberia, comes at a decisive moment. The initiative will empower us to implement the President's vision, a comprehensive set of interventions at the foundational levels, K2 through 6th grade, in all 15 counties of Liberia, focusing on 4 key component areas. 1, improving foundational learning for all, prioritizing foundational learning, and developing teaching and learning materials evidence-based instruction on foundational learning and accelerated learning for overage students. Component 2, improving access for all. Expanding access means improving equitable access to primary education. School grants program, the Back to My Classroom campaign that the President launched last year, and school gender-based violence prevention program. Component 3, system strengthening to deliver foundational learning and improve access so that they are responsive, inclusive, and accountable. And finally, the project management, sector coordination, monitoring, evaluation, and safeguard of every dollar invested is measured, is tracked, and felt where it matters most in the lives of our children. Today's signing represents a renewed commitment to providing every Liberian child, regardless of their geography or social status, with the opportunity to learn and succeed. It is also a reaffirmation of our government's pledge under the astute leadership of our President, President Joseph Boakai, to prioritize education as the foundation for national development. To our partners, the World Bank and the Global Partners for Education, we are grateful not only for your financial support, but also for your technical collaboration, policy guidance, and your confidence in Liberia's ability to turn the tide in learning outcomes. As we move forward, the Ministry of Education remains fully committed to the implementation of this project with transparency, diligence, and urgency. We look forward to working closely with all the stakeholders to ensure the Excel project becomes a model for practical, inclusive, and data-driven educational reform. Let us continue this journey together to transform the lives of our children and the future of our nation through the power of education. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Minister. At this time, we'll now have remarks from the representative of the World Bank.
Good afternoon. Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Liberia, Acting Minister of State, Honorable Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Honorable Minister of Education, Honorable government officials, esteemed ladies and gentlemen. This is a very exciting and promising week of education in Liberia. Following Monday's commissioning of 2 model senior secondary schools in Banda and Manda, today's signing marks an historic step forward in efforts to reduce learning poverty in Liberia and to unlock opportunity for Liberia's youth. The Excellence in Learning in Liberia Excel project built on past gains with sharp focus on tackling Liberia's urgent education crisis. It will reach all public schools across Liberia's 15 counties, touching approximately 362,000 people, including students, teachers, and staff, and most importantly, laying the foundation for future generations in this sector. In line with the ARREST Agenda for Inclusive Development and Liberia's Vision 2030, Excel aims to improve foundational learning and access in public primary schools and to strengthen the system. Excel is historic on 3 fronts. First, as Honorable Minister Dallas said, this project is the largest ever World Bank investment in Liberia's education sector to date. The shareholders of the International Development Association, which is the World Bank's concessional financing arm, strongly supported and approved $60 million in financing to the Republic for itself. The Global Partnership for Education has also generously made a $28.7 million investment in itself, bringing the total financing to $88.5 We are very grateful to GPE for the outstanding partnership on this important project and we look forward to working closely with all of the stakeholders. Second, this project is historic in terms of its ambition. Excel targets root causes to the weak learning outcomes in Liberia's public primary schools, while also aiming to generate system transformation. Third, as Minister Della also mentioned, is the historic urgency. There are 5 years left for delivering on Liberia's Vision 2030. 5 years to make up lost ground and accelerate results. Liberia's human capital development outcomes are among the most challenged in the world, ranking 171st out of 174 countries besides. These numbers are stark, but they don't fully convey the names and lives represented. Lack of education means lost opportunities, hopes, dreams, and productivity. Excel is a down payment on the transformation that is needed, and tactics like this will fully agree with you on this. I want to affirm the World Bank groups and my colleague from IFC is here as well. Strong commitment to supporting the Government of Liberia's implementation of this historic project. Excel will be a flagship for our new country partnership framework, which was recently approved and will be launched later this year. Delivering transformation will demand all of our efforts, and we also look forward to working closely with development partners, civil society, and education stakeholders in this endeavor. Many thanks to Minister Dalla for her instrumental and visionary leadership. Thanks also to the Ministry of Education team, past and present, for excellent collaboration. And thanks also to the very hardworking and dedicated broadband group team that is implementation support. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Country Director of the World Bank. We shall now have remarks from the Honorable Gossipy Lafon, Minister of Finance and Development Planning.
His Excellency Joseph Newman Buckeye, President of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Haja Mamaka Belete, Acting Minister of State, Honorable Dr. Lasujala, Minister of Education, dear Sister Georgia Wally, Country Manager of the World Bank and the entire team, Deputy Ministers, Finance, Education, Assistant Minister, and our team of advisors, like the Colin, Legal Advisor of Michigan, Peter, and others, members of the full estate. Before I entered this hall, someone met me and asked for 26. He said that his 26 was on me. And made a Liberian tradition of me asking for 26. And I've been receiving these kinds of engagements all across this week. It made me to wonder how many such engagements the president received. Well, how can the president give everybody 26? The way we do it. But the president has a better way to give 26. And this week he has been giving it at 26. He was in the legal contest, one country, and that he deployed President, to my colleague, Minister Jara, to Nima, to give condolences to the Liberian people. With the model schools in Bonk and in Nima, and the passport hub, and let me thank our colleague, the Dean of the Cabinet, Madam Sarah Beswood County. We have passport services in Bonk County and Grand Region, and more other centers have been playing in the spirit of decentralization. We did that, I think that was Monday. Yeah. And yesterday, we had a big visitor, the president of the African Development Bank. He came to speak, told us, the cabinet and Liberian people, very inspirational speech. Someone was joking with the Director General of the Cabinet. When I tell them that, you know, that they saw him shedding tears. But it was not just speech, but it was to launch the Youth Entrepreneurship Investment Bank, meant to give financing to youth-led enterprises, and it will benefit thousands of young people in this country. And the president's energy is remarkable. From there, we have to follow him to Bombay, to launch and to dedicate a hospital, refurbish, thanks to the First Lady, our mother, Mrs. Katumo Bokai, and the Second Lady, and all those. Bombay was a good place to be last night. Today we are here. Again, the president gave us 26. 26 in the right direction. The World Bank has a sophisticated way of putting it to reduce learning poverty. I like that. Learning poverty. Because there are a lot of ways to be poor. If you don't know, you are poor. And for us, especially for me, Jaso, and I think all of us here, including the president, we all come from very humble backgrounds. And if it were not for the miracle of education, none of us would be here. None of us would be here. That you are talking about building and constructing more than 100 schools across all the counties of this country. You know, just to have the school will ensure that people will get in the school somewhere. And who are we going to put in the school? The future generation of the country. The president always says that the politician thinks of the next election. But statesmen, great leaders, think about the next generation. There's evidence of it. As a president, you are giving a gift to the next generation. And as a result, you are producing future ministers of education, finance, state, because if it were not for the gift of education, some of us would not have been here. So it's a matter of looking back. And so there is someone for some of us, because we know what education did for us, because some of us, our parents did not go to school. But they knew the value of going to school. They did not know book, but they would scrape and buy us books. And just to see book, the scent of a good book, they also read. There are people all across the country looking for that opportunity. So I can go on and on and on. But Mr. President, I want to say thank you. Thank you for keeping the focus on the right things. As Minister of Finance, and work with our colleagues on the arrest agenda and to make sure that we raise the financing. The education, or call it human capacity development, is the second largest sector or pillar in the arrest agenda, next to infrastructure. We have costed it for the next 5 years. We want to be able to raise and spend and build through education and capacity development with a $2.36 billion United States dollars. It's ambitious, but you all have said that we should be ambitious. It's ambition that brought us here. We can hit more targets. So we're going to work tooth and nail to raise the financing. That's how we worked with the World Bank. And I remember some of the top negotiations in Washington, D.C. on this project. You know, with the education minister joining us and her team. We have a collective government approach working with Georgia and our bosses in Washington. And we had good discussions. And I want to say thanks to the World Bank family and the GPE, the Global Partnership for Education, with whom we negotiated and we got the grant, a $28 million grant to this project. Is both the GPE and the World Bank making it into $8.7 million. So we remember those tough discussions. And when we're negotiating this agreement, you know, spend more than almost 12 hours here. So this today came from tough work. But if we ever work harder to make it possible, the work has just begun. Because it's a matter of actualizing the ambitions in this project. We're going to sign this. Projects can be signed. Plans can be made. But implementation is what is key. And the president is key on delivery. Because the Liberian people want to see delivery. So he's pushing us all. And as he pushes us, I tell my deputies and assistants, I will push you. And then the whole government is being pushed. People are wondering why things are happening all around, because the president is positively pushing. And I remember the story of the rocket. The rocket flies in space because fire is under. The president is putting the red fire on us, and we are rocketing in delivery. And more of these things are going to happen. The Liberian people will get used to this. I was just in a 2-hour meeting at the central bank, Mr. President. And the central bank was putting out what is called big economic term, monetary policy community. Big. But one of the things that struck me, because we had the Liberian Marketing Association on is this engagement from the central bank is revolutionary, where ordinary people are called and their views are enlisted. And the central bank governor talked about inflation. That in June, the inflation rate dropped a little bit. And when they investigated, one of the causes that treated that was the reduction in the price of domestic goods, domestic products. And when they deconstructed it further, they found out that it is because of the roads. The marketers who have, planted things are now marketing them because those perishable commodities are reaching to market and they are not spoiling because of the road. So when people see your emphasis on road, they don't understand. Some of them may not understand the interconnectivity. But the head of the Marketing Association testified, and she said, "Thank you." And when I said I was coming here, I said the president would be there. She translated through me for thanks. And I want to say, on all behalf of the people of the market of this country, thank you. And I promise all, because you have promised us, we're working with you, that she's going to see more roads. Not just roads, but paved roads. She's going to see electricity. We're going to expand the economy. So I can go on and on, but I just want to say thank you for the chair on this one. The first time Jason came and we're talking this day, she also talked about foundational learning. He said, Jason, lead the foundational learning business. You know, elementary school, you know, K2, this and that. And she has to use the foundational learning because it's the foundation. Strong foundation upon which we build a strong superstructure. Foundation is strong, it can withstand winds and distraction. So thank you, Madam Minister, and your team. It was excellent working with you. Thank you, Madam Project Manager and your team. Excellent. Extend my regards to the Project Director and the World Bank Management, GPE, and others. And thanks to you, Mr. President, for always encouraging us. And we can promise that we continue to work to actualize the ambition of the people. And the ambition is on your shoulder, and the capacity is out to us to take some of the load. And I think God is strengthening our shoulders to help you to take the load. Thank you, and may God bless us.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Minister of Education, Acting Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, representative of the World Bank, and other development partners, other officials of government, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The President will now make remarks, following which we shall proceed with the signing of this excellent agreement. Mr. President.
Thank you so much. Let me recognize the ministers here, the Minister of State, Finance, Education, advisors, the World Bank team, members of the press, fellow Nigerians. You know, I don't think I've fun with that. This was fine in school. I regret to see my July 26th. But you know, life is of such that it's hard to bring everybody on. Most people don't understand. When you build a road, you say that road will eat. When you talk about education will eat. You talk about hospitals and things. But it is today, what I'm proud of here is the teamwork. And this teamwork, and I'm thinking about like a football team. You watch a football team and they pass the ball to someone just because that person did not act well, because the team. When ministers and people go to conferences, I have seen many people go to conferences, they don't even attend, they go elsewhere. There's nothing in life to take for granted. When some people are doing the best, be proud of them. It is teamwork like that, and that teamwork includes even our partners who are sitting across the table, because they believe in the people they're working with, and they see the progress that has been made. And people always asking, oh, you don't get time. You know, when you see good things happening, and you're part of those good things. And I always say, the thing that is chasing you, if it doesn't stop running, you can't stop running. Our country is in problem. We talk about 178 years. we are trying to make up. Some people probably may not care, but this is important to Liberia. The team across there, you may not even lay there for some of you listening, but you will understand the future that you have contributed to removing this country from its presidency to moving it. And that itself is a blessing. We're very proud of our ministers, proud of people in public corporations. I have never seen a time where every day is not just an activity, but something that is going to take the life, and in a durable way. Because many times we do things just for the day. But what I'm seeing around the activities that are taking place, activities that are not just going to be where they're going to set the foundation. So foundation, like I was saying, is very important. And so today we're here talking about funding education. And for our journalists who are here, the minister may have not gone over, but when I see what all this Liberia Excel project is going to be able to achieve, it speaks directly to the commitment and our arrest agenda for inclusive. And the minister was just talking about inclusive, the market women. They're part of the team. And their role to make sure that a lot of people are suffering. Can you imagine people coming from overtaking 3 days? You have these car loaders, they put in the vehicles. They don't care what happened to them. Some people stay on the road for 3 days. Everything they're bringing is war. And sometimes we don't, it doesn't seem like that matter to us. You can't develop a country in that way. So I want to thank our partners, I want to thank our ministers, people who go out there, meetings, and show the world the need of this country and make sure they pay attention to them. I want to thank all of them for the job they do. Even the matter of getting on the plane, we take it for granted, but it's not just sitting in the plane there. You have to say thank God and just go and come. Like yesterday, we have a very important visitor. A man who has shown a lot of commitment to this country. I always say when we hear Liberia is friend to France, not that people they're friend, they know everybody here. They just connection between people. It's just maybe 2 or 3 people, and you believe in them. And that's how someone will give their time, their commitment. Why don't they do it to other places? That trust and confidence that you build when you travel, you go to conferences, is what brings us goodwill. And thank you so much for that. And that is why even our Lord Christ, when he came here, he took 12 disciples. 12. Good team, a team that works in the interest of the country. It's not the presidency. Because everybody doesn't see the president, but they see the people that represent. So we have to be very proud of all of you every day for taking things, bringing things to this country. I understand this amount is going to build and rehabilitate classrooms all over this country. We're going to improve how reading and math are taught. We're going to train over 6,500 teachers and support more than 4,500 school leaders. Provide textbooks and materials to 350,000 learners. Now, if you don't know how important it is that even school leaders, when the Minister of Education took over the building, there was a trip to Mount, I think. The textbooks that were given to the students, some educator put them in a place and locked them up. Never gave one of those books. The Minister is here. So sometimes we take these for granted, but these are the problems. If you don't train people who care, who are committed, you might be doing something and they're doing something completely different. That's why it's necessary. Support safe schools, especially for our girls. We better pay attention to our girls because I have boys and I always say, during the war, I always hear my daughter sing for me. I never heard myself. If the song sang for you that the mother-in-law, they will sing for the girls. My daughter sang for everybody here during the war. My daughter sang for me. So we gotta take care of these daughters. Make sure they get education because they look after their parents. This amount gives every public school district at least 500,000 United States to improve learning outcomes. It promotes equity, access, and excellent value central to our program. And this amount is an amount that's going to be used to improve our learning condition. And, you'll be proud to be in such a school. Sometimes our children, and believe me, this is real life. You go in a classroom, it's disorganized, the chairs all over. I have been to many schools. The wooden chairs are broken and they just sleep up because they can't put them together. The children are deprived. And you expect those children to compete with the rest of the world? Because when they sign that certificate, they say you graduated from the 12th grade. 12th grade all over the world. They look up to you, you compete with them. So we want to thank all of you here. And this is a very busy July 26th, but you will not get tired when you see the things happening in your country. This is where we belong. This is where we are under obligation to generation wrong. So I want to thank the minister. I want to thank our partners, our global partners, Reverend, for your commitment. Even taking the ride and go to places where we go. We thank you for that. But I came with the optimism that this country, given them 2 or 3 years, you're going to be a different country for the better. This thing comes from the heart. God sees the heart. He knows what we want, and He believes that He will bring in a team people with the commitment, with the love of this country. I told people that this country has a lot to offer to the world. But we can't do that without without committing ourselves, making sacrifices begin to groom people, to begin to translate what we have now had to the people. And that's what you are doing, and that's what we are here to do. From here again, we'll be going to another program for fire trucks. And it's every day we've been doing things that we believe will move this country one step better. And we can't do that without the team that is sitting here. So thank you very much. Let us commit ourselves. Every good thing that you see elsewhere can be made possible here if we all believe in our country and we are willing to make it happen. It's not a magic. So thank you, all of you ministers. And now, you know very well that when it comes to all these monies, I'm not the one signing for it. So the big people are here. We will do the signing, but the blessing is for the country. Thank you very much.
Elementary school across the country began this year. So the this is relatively live and has interlive at the executive mansion
as well.
to government of $89.6 million equipment to construct of new elementary schools across the country. Beginning this year, economic
Again, whatever we are, there's a state right here. Bring you the live happening at the grounds of this. There's a commercial right between the two houses. Begin this big platform right here.
The government of Liberia, the World Bank.
So very close to Augusta Bay government is the Minister of Education right here. And next to Bay government is the President, Joseph Nimobwagat, and right after in case Mama Kabelede, the Minister of State portfolio. That's it. So the government is in full representation right here onto this Excel project. So worth 88 million.
Let us fall back. Let's go back.
Lucky! Lucky!
Let's go back. Excuse me, please go behind. Just stay behind.
Minister, you want to come up?
Man, pull up to that one, man.
Government has given me the authority to working jointly to sign this agreement in the $8 million, in the $8.7 million agreement, US dollars agreement for the education sector. We are very happy, and that it is a source of pride. And on behalf of the Ministry of Finance, representing the government and the World Bank, we give it to you so that you can tell everyone to the President Bush.
Mr. President, you called us to this job. You told us, don't take it, do it away. And we have come to tell you, we give away plus more. And this is the evidence of seeing your vision for this country come alive. And that whatever you have desired and spoken with us in private conversations, in public places, we've listened. And we are going to be the drivers of that vision to make sure Liberia is the Liberia that you see. I was just in a meeting this morning. We've launched the Teachers Wellbeing Survey. At the center of all of what we're doing is the well-being of our teachers. We want to hear their voices. So this morning, we launched that survey instrument that is designed by the AU. We received support from UNESCO. And we will hear their voices to inform what it is that we are doing and we need to do to ensure all of the activities that we have planned in Excel is achieved. So on behalf of my team, who have worked tirelessly, I can't thank them enough, with the World Bank team. We've had several meetings, Benta, Alonso, Namrata, on Zoom calls, endless hours, as the Minister of Finance indicated, culminated with some of the conversations in Washington, again making the case, and we're so happy that under the CPF for the World Bank, this is one of the first funding and the largest ever to Liberia. So I'm going to turn this over to you to say, Mr. President, you have done it again with your direction, your motivation, your encouragement. We will keep, as you said yesterday, and I repeated it in the gathering. I said, one of the conversations, the president is a man of many words, but he says poignant things and I take away. One of the things you said yesterday in that gathering was, we shouldn't even think of progress. That everything we do, we should think of a transformational mindset, transformational mindset. And this is what Excel is going to do for this country. And because of what you have started, we have picked it up and we are running with it. So we deliver this project to you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the blessed Holy Spirit.
Well, we have said enough. Thank you so much. I can imagine what joy this brings to the children. And that's why sometimes the teacher that I like from the school administrators, the superintendents, making the counties active, the children active in school, spelling competition. I mean, that's what we want to see. a nation that we would like to see. Really, I was talking to the minister of the minister of information or something like that. We want to see this country active, young people involved in sport, in educational activities, making it life very supportive. You don't take makeup and you start taking makeup on life, they make fun of you. You can't go back there to go and give the children what they're supposed to enjoy their country so that they develop learning to give back. And this is what we're trying to do. Thank you again. God bless you. And I know with the quality of people we have, this will be implemented to the letter. I have no doubt.
That was the singing ceremony. Sorry. The night of Liberian art already. I should go
Kindly return to your seats for the vote of thanks.
So that was the ceremony featuring the government of Liberia.
Excellency, President Joseph Senior, Honorable Minister Augustine Ekafor, my dear sister, Azekela, I'm not surprised. Thank you. My colleague next to me, Eberzo, the Broadband family, our partners, welcome to the President's Tea House. Who remember the normal days? Anybody here? You know, in Liberia, we have normal days, and the days pre-war. So we remember that, we call it the good old days. We all reminisce all the time. We want the normal days to come back. Well, normal days coming. With this, yeah. So we always say, when you want to talk about the good old days, you say, oh, you know, normal days. And when you see a really beautiful lady, you always say, oh, she got normal day beauty. That means she's got natural beauty, no makeup, nothing. So when things were good, but now the good times are coming back. We can actually reverse it. So we say thank you to you, and thank you to your able lecturer. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a little story about this foundation learning. I'm a Muslim from, I grew up with Islamic morals and values as a young girl. So when you reach puberty, you're supposed to be married. So my father, at a very young age, at my foundation level going to school, he saw that this girl is going to go to school and she's going to do something for herself. So he took me out of from the conventional Islamic school and I went to a Christian school. So he saw that even before he passed away, he made provision that I'm going to continue my schooling. So God bless his soul. So foundation is very important. I was reading letters and writing letters to my father in grade 6. I mean, you get letters from diplomats, from the presidency, and I will read and transcribe them. But that's the value of good foundation education. So it's very important. Normal Day is here. Thank you. So on behalf of the Office of the President and the Government of Liberia, I extend our deepest gratitude to all of you for gracing this important occasion, the official launch and signing of the Excel project. We are particularly grateful to the World Bank and our international partners for their commitments to improving the quality of education in Liberia. This project is more than just a financial investment. It is a declaration of hope, of possibility, and of national transformation. To the Ministers of Education, Finance, the World Bank, technical stewardship in bringing this vision to life. To our hardworking teachers, school administrators, and countless Liberian children who will benefit from this project, you are the reason why we're here. Finally, to His Excellency.
May I have your attention, please? You are all invited to join the President for the commissioning of the trust. Now that we are here, we'll do everything one-stop shop.
Good news for the July 28 years, sir.
Very good, and very fast.
If I've been following this broadcast, I'll let you
Yes, of course.
Welcome.
Let's speak with the Minister of Education, Madam Jaffo Jala. Welcome.
Thank you.
You are here to be gracing this occasion. What does it mean for you?
It means, as you heard from Acting Minister Bilite, we're bringing normal days back, meaning our kids will be in good infrastructure, the kids will be taught quality in our classrooms, and this is all coming alive because of the vision of the President, the intent for the nation to be developed. When I toured this country, I saw the dilapidated buildings that our young people and our teachers were made to go and do their work in and learn in. And that is not and should not be in 2025. So this is what this government has done for this country to advance and develop our nation.
My name is Samson was here in a report for closing argument.
It's not just about the beautiful building. How prepared is the ministry in terms of training teachers across the country?
You heard me talk about, before I turn over the signing agreement to the president, that today we launched the Liberia Well-Being Survey for teachers. Teachers and administrators, or school leaders as we call them, must be equipped. Even if you even have good teachers in the classroom, you must have good administrators managing those schools. So with the launching of that teacher well-being survey, we're going to have enough quality data to inform the type of policy and the type of support and resources that we need to advance not only the Excel project, but just nation building through education. And as one of my CEOs put it today, or partners at the Wellbeing launch, he said, the president says we must think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. And the classroom is where we must start. And the Ministry of Education is on the trajectory to ensure that think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia is just not a saying. That is, we are taking pragmatic steps to ensuring that we deliver.
Thank you. Best of to the player. I'm concerned about the usage of these funds. Usually, misappropriation. Sometimes when these funds are announced, we will follow. So, you as the Minister of Education, how are you going to make sure that this money is used purposely so tangibles can be seen?
If anyone knows me, knows my stewardship over funds, I can tell the Liberian people, rest assured that every dollar in this project will go and be spent on its intended purpose, because the Liberian people are at the center of this fund. And we have not only the ministry, the finance ministry, we have instruments in place to guide the disbursement of these funds that is aligned with each of the components and activities as they should. As we were even developing this project, we went into the counties to talk to the people, to get their insight. And they were telling us, this is the first time that this has happened. So we just didn't sit in our offices and came up with, an idea that will be good. We heard from the people who this will be impacted. And I think the finance minister can share some light on, when I say proper procedures and protocols are in place, he can share some light on that.
Thank you, Minister of Education.
Well, thank you very much. My colleague, you asked my colleague as to what does this signing ceremony mean to her. And the thing is that what does it mean for the children? Because my colleague, myself, the president, all of us in government are stewards. We are caretakers. I usually say we are tenants. The Liberian people are the landlords. So what does it mean for the children? And it means a whole lot. It means a whole lot. The fact that Jaso, myself, the assistant ministers of education, I need to recognize them. These are the ladies working in the bike, the team at the Ministry of Finance, Deputy Minister Zuo, and the team at the World Bank team is being collaborative. All we're doing is to be able to replicate ourselves and to get more of ourselves prepared, because our stories are stories of coming from life of difficulties, and through education being able to contribute. So what does this mean? It means
that some child in Grand Guinea, some child in Fokole, where she's from, some child in Fangonda, where I'm from, and some child in Nimba, some child in Fasavo, some child in Sastown, where I see one journalist here from. Some child in Cape Man, where Kula is from. Some child in what?
Bombay.
Some child in Bombay. Every corner of this country is going to be impacted by this project. And it means a whole lot. Just the structure, just the facility, just the training. I was joking with Jasso the other day. I said, you know what? I'm a product of public schools. Let me say this. I went to Bozeman Junior High School and went to BWI. I'm a product. And I said, the things you guys are doing, we are doing now, makes me want to go back in elementary school. Because the facilities, so it means a whole lot. It means a whole lot. What you saw, we signed an agreement, very good agreement. And I said something that we've had agreements before. We've had plans. Plans can be in the head. We have blueprints. You can have blueprints. You can even start. But it takes an execution mentality, which is key, which is the difference. An execution mentality to lead from thoughts to plans, blueprints, to action and delivery. So it's the execution mentality that has brought us here. And we're going to ensure that it doesn't end with this program. That you, Cholo Play, right?
Yes, sir.
And others will go to the counties after some time. The outcome of this project is not going to come from speeches that we make, but the lives, the children that will be transformed. When you go and see and things are on course, we succeeded. So there's going to be action that will be taken from here to actualize this signing ceremony into outcomes that you can verify. So in terms of disbursements, there are procedures. So maybe I caused the problem. That at the end of the day, we took the agreement. The World Bank country manager and myself, we give it to her. It was like we're giving her $88 million. So I caused the problem. So Jasso doesn't have $88 million. He's a deputy for administration. We're not going to sign a check to him to $88 million. No. There are procedures, there are milestones, things will be audited. They have a rigorous procedure. The World Bank is part of it, we're part of it. And so we'll ensure that the monies are spent. And so given the quality and integrity of the leadership at the Education Ministry, I have no cause to fear.
Thank you so much, Mr.
So that was the signing ceremony. Those that have been following her, like they say, take it. So sticking to what don't you do, we actually, as a local operation.